Welcome back to theultimatehouse.com and the tour of the Gamble house. This is session 2, going to take you inside this house. If you haven't already figured out, I'm totally in love with this house, one of my favorite houses. Here we go. I showed you this in the first session too, but just to quickly go through it again, we're going to go in the front door here. We're going to check out this amazing staircase, and then we're going to see pieces of the living room, in particular looking this way at there's a fireplace here and a kind of a really cool nook, built-in seating. We're going to see a little bit of Mr. Green's office. We're going to check out the dining room, which is over here. We'll see the kitchen. We'll see this bedroom. We'll see some of the bathroom, and then we're going to go upstairs, but we'll come back to the floor plan for that. This is again part of the plan from the Greens' actual drawings of the house, and these are just details. These are actually just the bedroom details for the master bedroom. So you can see every wall. Here's the north elevation, east elevation, where it's got the fireplace right there that you can see southwest. You can see all of the paneling and the window design in each room. Really great detail. It's not often we even see elevations for the interiors of bedrooms in plans of homes these days, but Green's detailed it all, and I'm sure we're extremely involved on site in helping the Hall brothers build this thing, but we'll get back to that too. These are just enlargements of what you just saw, and we're going to take a look at some of the stuff in the master bedroom. But first, let's go to the front hall. So besides the front door, which you've already seen, as you enter in, this is what you see. This is the main staircase. So we've just entered the front door, and looking to our right, we see this fabulous staircase with a built-in bench and a U-shaped type stair. You come in over here and rise up to the second floor and then double back this way to the upper hallway. So check out the detail here. It's really kind of amazing. Even this little bird, I'll show you a close-up. I'm not entirely sure what that bird signifies, but obviously it had something to do with the Gamble's history or something. Looking at, again, some of the details for the front hall, we can see right here the drawings for the front staircase. This one too. And here's a close-up of it. So again, we've just walked into the front door right here. This is the doorway to Mr. Gamble's office. Then you see this fabulous stairway. Well, this is the first floor, so you only see this part right here. And then you see all of the paneling as it follows along, as you follow along here, and this is the opening to the living room. Every single piece of wood has these spline joints. Each one has an integral dovetailed joint here. So these are forming the stairs on the other side. So you can see there's a tread, a tread, a tread. The dovetailed joints with the overhanging exposed joints and pegs, these splines with that same relief detail that you saw all around the outside of the house. Look at the relief on all of these beams, cantilevered beams supporting the stair as it comes back up this way. You can see the exposed stair underneath here. The integral bench, if you look carefully here, the picture is a little washed out, but you can see the cloud lift right here and the detail on the bench. This looks to me like some kind of walnut, I think. The bench details, you can see, look over here, you can see the spline of the pieces as they join together. There's a centerpiece right there. I'll erase this so you can see it a little better. This is phenomenal. This staircase is built like an intricate cabinet, like a handmade cabinet. As I mentioned, I think there's supposed to be something like 17 different types of hardwood species in the house. And the two brothers, the Hall brothers, were actually Scandinavian shipbuilders. They were the contractors for this. And Obviously, they had a shop where they were able to take all this lumber and create the amazing finished pieces which were assembled on site, because you're simply not taking lumber and slapping it up on site. This is all fit together and then brought to the house and pieced together and assembled. Looking back at the front door, apologize, kind of a dark slide, but you can see the Greens even designed the lighting, all of the lights that you see around the house, and again, kind of very muted ochre kind of colored plaster. The ceiling, look at the ceiling beam detail again, mahogany or walnut, I think. Beams on the ceiling. Everything is perfectly placed. It's hard to find a flaw. It's hard to find a mark of a bad carpenter's hammer somewhere in this whole entire house. And believe me, I've looked. Another shot of the stairs, the same shot of the stairs. You just can't get enough of that. So here's the drawing. There's the little bird right there. Again, this stairway, here's Mr. Gamble's door. By the way, all the doors in the house are 6'4", which is, again, shorter than our standard 6'8". But notice how this door fits in right under. The stairs come across. 1, 2, 3. As we turn the corner right here, you can see the stairs right over that door. So the door is fitting in right underneath the stairs as they go up to the second floor. And all exposed. Close-up of the detail. Again, you can see the splines and the relief on every joint and those little flares that come out off the edge of every single spline. The exposed dovetail joint here. Notice the railing, that the handrail as it comes up the top of the stairs, how it jogs up and down. This staircase has been imitated many times. There's that shot of that funky stork or whatever it is. Ceiling detail. Plaster ceilings. You can see the, again, layers of support. This beam here, cantilevers, and has lifts carved into it. In other words, it's a large beam like so, which has been carved, so you have something like, it's usually in threes. Everything's in often in threes. So we saw this joint on the outside. Here we are again in the hallway, and you can see the same scarf joint and pegs holding the longer pieces together on the paneling on the inside of the hallway. All right, check out the dining room. So interior elevations for the dining room. Every wall is carved. Not only in this room do they have carved paneling on the walls, but there is furniture, sideboards, china cabinets built into the wall. It's all integral. Some of the incredible paneling. This looks like oak here. Stained. These are all ebony pegs. And by the way, every single peg is carved too. So you can see how the pegs protrude from the paneling, but each of the four sides of that peg is carved. So the Greens designed all the furniture, all the paneling, the furniture, the lamps, everything in this house. This is probably unlike what most people would think of as craftsman furniture. Much more delicate, but unique, really pretty. The table. They even designed the carpets. So you can see a little piece here of the china cabinet. More leaded glass in the china cabinet. and how that paneling comes across. Same kind of detail of that exposed dovetail joint that we saw on the front stairs. This is a view of the chandelier, lantern, whatever you call it, over the dining room table. It's actually designed to move up and down. You can see all these straps here. You can lower this if you want to have it lower down to the table. Look at the beautiful, there's the mark of that Suba again right there. Beautiful panel that the lantern is attached to. And again, you can see paneling and integrated cabinetry coming across the room here, and the fireplace on the one side. Look at the leaded glass. Here's a corner, another detail of that joinery. And of course the Gambles were very high tech for their day. This is an intercom system. I believe each one of these little buttons is for a different room, has the name of a different room on it. They didn't have wireless back then. Some interesting switches. This is in the kitchen. They look like they have some sort of ability to turn them partway on by spinning them. I'm not entirely sure what they do. The living room, again, fabulous. I mean, again, it's like stepping to the inside of an antique, hand-built, beautiful cabinet. So, obviously, we're looking at the fireplace here. You can see how the nook, the benches here, are built into the paneling design. There's another detail coming up where you can see that up here, the paneling is a relief. It's a carved picture of the mountains surrounding the Pasadena, I believe. Beautiful tile, and you can see there's an inlay in the tile design back here. Oh, and well, I mean, we could talk about this piece right here forever. Okay, we've got the Suba design right here, or cloud lift, depending on how you look at it. Look at how these beams here are curved. So we have the kind of the curved amorphous type shape set into the rectangular shape. We also have, look at this strap. This strap is not only coming across 3 different size beams which are decreasing in size. You can see the strap is bent to fit. We've got the splines, we've got the triplicate design holding up this beam. We've got the lift, we've got the king post here, which is tenoned right through this beam. This beam, this line here lines up with this line, which is a part of the paneling. I see more of the exposed mortise, more of the dovetail exposure. Beautiful paneling all the way around. Look at the arm on the bench right here, how the arm is carved. And check out these light switches. The Suba, you guessed it, once again. There's that same shape. So these were custom-made light switches, obviously, and the old push-button style. So I think a lot of the glass, they had some connection with Tiffany glass in New York. Oh, by the way, that strap I was just pointing out, it's not just sitting on top of the wood, it's let into the wood. So again, eased edges all the way around, complete custom fit, no mistakes. This lantern here has leather straps, and look at the little detail of the little support doweled through this beam here. Check out the glass on this cabinet, which is integrated into the bench seats. More of the same. Here you can see the relief. So this is a carving there on each side. So it's kind of, you have this beautiful polished, extreme, furniture quality structural beam paneling here, and then you have this little kind of rough piece of carved wood fit in almost like a painting set into the paneling. kitchen. So kitchen would have largely never been seen by the Gambles because they had a staff. So again, this was turn of the century. Kitchens, bathrooms, very sanitary. They were. This was an age of trying to get their health back from living in these horribly polluted cities. Everything's tiled, fairly clean and simple lines. All the cabinetry in the kitchen is maple, so they switch. I don't know if maple was a lesser wood or just because it was lighter or what. This is a look at a little, so there's a butler's pantry separating the dining room and the kitchen. So this is the butler's pantry back here, so you would pass stuff from the kitchen into the butler's pantry where they would take it from there into the dining room. Again, a little bit more technology there. Really pretty cabinets in the kitchen too. They didn't have a toe kick there. Kind of interesting, not sure why. The upper cabinets, again, you can see the structures exposed. The side pieces are overhanging the horizontal pieces. It's a kind of a face frame thing with hinges here. Look at the tile. The tile is coming right through the back of the cabinets. Very easy to sanitize that. I believe these countertops are copper. Had a copper sink in there. And I want to show you a little bit about the furniture in the house. So I think when most people think of craftsman furniture, this is what they think of. This is made by Stickley, still made actually. You can still buy this stuff new and beautiful. This is actually Stickley's version of a design from William Morris, which he adapted from another older design. But you can see it's obviously, compared to that dining room chair that we looked at, it's very heavy, more primitive. Although this chair here, the back has attachments where you can lean it back, and of course it's got the footstool with it. All of this furniture was made out of quarter sawn oak, very nice tight grained oak, and you can see it here. But it's a very blocky, very heavy kind of design. Well, this furniture in this house is nothing like it. It's very, very delicate, thin, curvilinear. This is a chair that's in the front hall. It's got leather cushioning. Beautiful chair. Actually, fairly simple chair. This is the master bed. Actually, 2 twin beds in the master bedroom. What are we looking at here? If you haven't guessed by now, it's again the Suba. You can see the shape of the Suba right there. But also, I'm not entirely sure what this material is, but it's very pretty blue, very delicate. So you can see the paneling itself and the grain in the wood is very pretty. Inset into the frame, which of course is mortise tenoned, pegged. You can see the cloud lift design right here. I'm not sure if it's turquoise or something like that, ebony. The inlay and the carving in this panel is just very delicate and pretty. Another delicate chair. So each one of these pieces here has a tenon which fits into the frame. Again, you can see here the little lift that's carved into it. The ebony pegs, which are shaped. So there's also a spline. So you can see the joint from the top piece here and the side piece. And there's a spline in the middle, another piece of wood, which is getting pegged by these 3 pegs here and 3 pegs here to hold it together. So if we were to look at this from the side, the chair would look like this with a spline right here in the middle. And then the pegs coming through to hold it. Love that. Look at this chair. I forget exactly which room this was in, but one of the cool things about the Gamble House is that they have all this furniture. There are some stories, I believe the Blacker House, which is another ultimate bungalow in Pasadena, huge, beautiful home. I've toured it actually. But the story is at some point, I don't know if it was the 40s or 50s, these houses kind of fell out of favor. Some guy bought it really cheap, and then he sold off all the furniture and made a fortune on the furniture. You can imagine, I mean, I can only guess, but I bet you this would be a $500,000 chair right here. So look at this inlay here is silver, I believe. Look at the spalted wood, the carving of this piece here. Very delicate, laid back, curved upper brace. Again, 1, 2, 3 lifts. There's a detail of that silver inlay. Another little lantern. So you can see, you'll see on the next slide, there's detail down here, inlay. Not sure if this is the Tiffany glass, but if not, it's obviously created by an artist, and you can see it's curved, detailed, leaded glass with these, I believe, leather straps holding on to the unique wood frame. Here you can see the inlay. Another lantern. So they used to not even let you take pictures when you did a tour. I think I went on the tour 5 or 6 times, and this last time I was there, they said, hey, you can take pictures now. So that's why I have all these shots. Even the floor grate's pretty cool. You can see how it's framed into the oak floor, picture framed. This piece comes down and is cut right there. More detail, you've seen it already, but just keeps going and going. Everywhere you look, incredibly well detailed and well put together. We talked about sanitation a little bit in the kitchens, but again, turn of the century, plumbing is fairly new. Bathrooms were very utilitarian. The design here is all white tile, heavy porcelain fixtures. They used to, come in here with bleach to clean it and sanitize it. And it sort of looks like something you'd see in a hospital or a sanatorium. Everything's painted white, so it's the only place where you see their woodwork painted. But check out the mirror, even the mirror in the bathroom and the lights here, designed by the Greens. This little medicine cabinet. Look at the exposed joints. And some paneling in the bathroom. Mr. Green's office. I think he was retired by the time they moved here, but he did keep an office and was a social and important industrialist. This is the fireplace in his office, so it had this cool curved brickwork here, of course, integrated into the paneling and paneling on the ceiling as well. Look at the straps. So we've got our beam with 1, 2, 3 sections of a lift, and then you've got this cool strapping detail with the wedges that holds it all together. More of the paneling. My favorite room is the billiard room, which is on the 3rd floor. So we're looking here at a section, the Greens section of the house. You can see the 1st floor, 2nd floor, and 3rd floor. Apparently, the Greens never even used this room. They used it as an attic for storage. But this room has windows. It's sort of a little cupola, bird's nest kind of thing. Way up top. It's got windows all the way around it and has this incredible woodwork. So this is the roof of the building, and you can see the rafters. You can see the horizontal wood, which is the wood of the roof. And this is a truss here. You can see the truss cord with the king post. Again, 1, 3 sections carved and mortise and tenoned through the main chord here. And look how the top chords intersect into this king post, and then the ridge beam comes across here. Again, there's a bolt right there, and you're going to see some straps in a minute, but no nails. You don't see any big 16-penny nails bashed into the wood anywhere around here. You can see this is another truss beyond, all integrating into the design of the structure of the windows, which virtually line this room. Another detail of the king post and how it all comes together with the ridge beam and the rafters. Amazing. This is the attic. So the beams, the trusses on the side have, again, support underneath the truss, and has this really cool strapping design here. So we have actually 3 pieces of metal. This is a strap that's coming over the top of the beam with a hook, and then we have two straps on either side, which are coming down the other way. Let's see, how can I draw this? Coming underneath the beam, and then these wedges here tie the whole thing together. So these wedges, you push these wedges in from either side to tighten up these straps. Super cool, I think. This is way before hardy frames. Hardy frames are the kind of frames that are required heavily in California for earthquake resistance, and bolt and help put together various different pieces of beams and rafters and so forth. So there you have it. There's a parting shot of this detail. That's the Gamble house. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, give me a call. Check out the website. There's all kinds of information on all different kinds of homes, projects that we've done in the past, houses that we've toured, green building projects, etc. And I hope to see you in another video. I enjoyed this one. Hope you did too. Thank you.